Good morning, traders. This is Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks, and I want to welcome you to our Monday morning video blog. And hey, let's take a look at a few trades. We'll look at the market. We'll take a look at a few trades that I'm putting on my watch list. A couple of them I even own, and I'll mention that as we get to them. And well, let's just get started, and let's have a great week of trading. Okay. So, Friday, now I was off Friday, so I didn't do a lot Friday. I did take a little profit off a couple of them on Friday while sitting at the doctor's office on a laptop. The beauty of our craft is we can do our craft anywhere as long as we have internet connection. And these days, there's just not too many places that does not have an internet connection. So we are in a fantastic craft of stock trading. Okay, let's take a look at the SPY here. SPY ended up pretty good on Friday. Toward the end of the day, it really worked out. Now, midday, it just showed that it was going to make an inside day, but we ended up breaking out here and holding even higher numbers than the previous day on Friday. Right now, I'm still looking at 338, 339 as a possible target up here. If we look at the weekly chart, that's nothing more than the highs over here on about the 20th, 21st of February earlier this year. Now, boy, I got to tell you, everybody is just so concerned, as I am as well. How much higher can we go up here? And we can go just higher and higher and higher. Now, I do believe we're getting a little stretched out. I do believe we may be in for a little bit of we may need to, curb some of our longs for a while. Maybe make sure we take profits. But really, when you think about it, that's what we need to be doing every single day. Be taking those profits, being cautious as we move into positions and watch the market. Last night during the e-learning, we looked at a lot of the stocks we're going to look at today. We looked at last night. I think there's a couple different ones. Somebody asked no short trade ideas, and my response was, well, until we see the market give us a short signal, why would we look at trades to the short side? Let's face it, 85% of all stocks follow what the S&P 500 is doing. Now, this is the SPY. This is the ETF of the S&P 500. So why would we want to try to pick out those 15% and be, and think we're just so much smarter than what the market is? Let's just take the easy road. Let's take that easy road. And let's just trade with what the market is doing. Anyway, that's my take on the market. That's my take on the trading. Go where all the money is. And right now, 85% of the money is on this bullish side. So why not take it? Now, there will become a day. I can't say that it's going to be this week or next week or even 1 year from now. But there will be a day that we will see a selling signal. Let's see here. There will be a day we'll see some kind of a selling signal in here, and then we will look at that and we will take the appropriate action. But right now, there's just no point in trying to outsmart the market to the point of going against what the market is actually doing. So that's why I'm staying with the longs right now. Another reason that I'm remaining to the long side mostly is because VXX is one of the VIX instruments I use, and it is showing absolutely no fear, no volatility. It's still trending to the downside. This is the daily chart. You can see prices underneath the T-line. The T-line is underneath our trend indicator. There's nothing about this that says it's bullish. And when we start to see that turn up, when we start to see that create a bullish chart pattern, then we will be looking at those bearish charts out there. All right, let's grab our coffee, grab some breakfast, whatever you want to do, and let's sit here and let's look at a few charts. All right. Okay, let's take UNM. The last three bars has formed what we call a Fig Newton pattern, and that's basically where you have a bullish bar and you have a not so bullish bar, and then you have a bullish bar, and it's sandwiched like that. Little Fig Newton cookie is what it looks like. We also have an overall uptrend here, and I think we probably should put this up there. You can see that we have a little downtrend working here. Well, it's my belief, looking at this chart pattern, we may be headed for that breakout of this downtrend line here. Now, when we break out and when we form that chart pattern above here, so let me do this. So I might put a buy box, something like that right there. So now what we're going to wait on is those bulls to pop us up and then let them relax a little bit. And then we'll look for these targets up here of about 1940, about 2020, and then maybe up to 2280. But just even in this area, I think would be a nice little purse for a trader in here. Now, I also believe that there might be room for buying inside those two lines, the lower line and the upper line, right tight inside this triangle. There might be a good reason to buy in there if you're that type of trader, knowing that you really need to keep that stop adhere to whatever your stop is. You know, you can put your stop wherever you want it. You just have to make sure you use it. Because one thing we don't know, I mean, I do like the chart. I do think the chart has some future to it here, but that's not 100% guaranteed. The sellers could come in here and whack us to the downside. And I don't think we really want to chase price down. That just defeats the purpose of the way we trade. So we want to make sure that price remains in this area if we're going to buy it. And it keeps us thinking that it's going to move up. Once it moves up, then it puts all this behind us, and then I think we have a little easier run up to our target areas up here on UNM. So I'm adding that one to my watch list. DFS, now this is one that I'm already in, currently up 9.5% on DFS. And once we break out of this 5190 area right in here, I'm looking for 5567, followed by, 5560, followed by 5760, 5770 up here, and then maybe 61. Now, I say maybe because the odds of me owning this up here is slim to none. I've been able to, in the past couple years, if you all know about the Road to Wealth account, turn $5,000 into about $70,000 in the last couple years. And I'm going to be doing that again. Here this week or next week, I'm actually going to close that account out, basically open another account, and open it with $10,000 this time. And my plan is to turn it into $20,000 to $30,000 in the next 12 months. So if anybody wants any information on that, give me a heads up, and I'll certainly give you some information on that. Okay, so on this DFS, it needs to break out of 5190 before it can actually make any real money. We've got a nice uptrend here. The chart pattern looks really, really good to me. We've got this low to a high, to a higher low, to a higher high, to a higher low, and now we're headed for that higher high, or that's what it appears to be doing. Here we have a nice bullish candle here, a little gap up, maybe not quite a full gap. And then we've got a little doji followed by a bullish engulf. That's That is one of the key signs of a bullish chart, or at least a chart we want to look at that's bullish, is when you have a low, high, higher low, and then we have a higher high when it starts to break out here, or when it has broken out. Then we can look for trading in this area. So I'm looking at DFS to add more possibly, and then I'll be taking some off the table for a base hit up here at 55.70 or so. Another one is Morgan Stanley. Now, Morgan Stanley has a nice bullish engulf. It has what looks to me like a nice trend here working. And with a target up here of 54.20, 54 and a quarter, then 56 and a quarter, that makes Morgan Stanley a nice little play for our style of trading. Makes it a nice little swing in there. Now, the big thing here is we're going to have to close, or here, let's do it this way. We're going to have to see trading over that bullish engulf. Now, I get it if we want to buy down in this area. But if we do, remember to keep your stop in there. This is so important. I'm a firm believer if you control your stops, the winners will come. Or control your losses. There we go. Control your losses, the winners will come. And if this starts to break down through this trend line right there, that might indicate that Morgan Stanley's not ready to go up at this time, or it just may not be ready to go up at all. So if it stays in this area, which I see we're opening up just above, so it may be ripe for an entry up here. But if it does come back and close down in this tight little range, as long as it stays there, I'll be okay with it. I'll still look at that as a bullish chart, as long as it doesn't close below that trend line. And then we'll start making money as it starts moving up. And again, looking for that 54 and a quarter and 56 and a quarter up there as base hits. XLU is a good little chart. I looked at that last week to buy, and I just wasn't necessarily comfortable with it in here. Wasn't giving me all the clues that I needed for a purchase. Boy, was I wrong, huh? So here we have a little morning star signal setting up. A great candle Friday, great candle, great volume here. The chart pattern has really, really stepped up to look like a chart that's going to move higher. So right now, 62, which is kind of close. It is kind of close. So nice little buy in this area here. I'm not sure I would take any money off at this 62, but I certainly would consider a base hit up here at 63.35, and then definitely at 65 and a quarter. So I'll be watching this for an entry in this area. In that area. I'd like it to come down pretty low, actually, but I'm not going to throw it out at all. I will work with this chart. The chart potentially could really make some good money, so I'll be watching XLU. JCI, now this is a trade that I'm currently in, and up 6.9% on it. I'm looking for 41, then 42.73 up here. It would be nice to have a little inside day inside the buy box here, and that would be pretty much an inside day. I do see that it's opening up inside the box right now, but just slightly above Friday's candle. So I'll be looking at that one, possibly an add to, and then I'll be taking profits off as it starts to move higher and approach that 41 area. Here's another one. If you're looking at some energy stocks, I'm thinking that SLB might be one to keep an eye on. I'm starting my trend back here, then running it to this morning star pattern, this pullback morning star pattern here. A nice doji bullish engulf. Rally. Let's get our crayons out. There we go. Nice little rally up. So we've got a low to a high, and it appears that we've got a higher low. Bulls stepped in on Friday, looking pretty good here. So now we'll look for this to carry us up up into here to 21.15 or so. And a breakout there should get us 22.80. So I'm not in SLBs, but I will be looking to get in SLB. And a breakout of about $19.95, $20, that would set us up. That would give a high probability that we can reach the 21 and change. And then we get through there, that increases the probability of getting up to the 22.80 area. Nike has set itself up pretty nice. We've got a nice little, just a little, you can just see that little trend here. I can bring it up here. Nice little trend to the downside. Created a nice basing pattern here and then popped up on Wednesday. Little doji on Thursday. Friday carried it up higher. Nike looks like it's gapping up. I'm not sure I want to chase this right now. So Nike's on the watch list. It's already surpassed our 102.50. It looks like it's going to challenge our 104.10. After that, I'm looking at 106. So I have to watch the price action, but I don't want to chase it. I don't want to pay too high for it. That puts too much probabilities for the stock pulling back and then me getting stuck in that pullback. So I just don't think I'm going to be trading Nike here. FEYE, this is another one that I'm in. Currently up only 2.8%, so no biggie. Looks like we're going to open up around the 1575. Now, when I say it looks like it's going to open up, keep in mind that we're almost 2 hours before the market opens right now, where I am and the time it is here. So there, so many things can happen between now and market open. So we need to watch that. Nice gap up. We've got a continuation pattern that is setting up here. I'm looking for 1665 followed by about 18 on this chart. So far it's working out. I'm going to have to say anything over 1545 there, I'm going to look at as a pretty nice bullish chart, and I may even add to this one as it starts to show that it can hold over that 1545 area. Another chart I have is PM. I think I mentioned this one last week. Here we've pulled back. We've consolidated very well, sitting right on the trend indicator. And for those that don't know, the trend indicator are the green and the red dots. Red dots would show that there's more sellers than buyers. Price is underneath the red dots. Green dots shows that there's more buyers than sellers. And you can see the price action is above the green dots. Well, nice little trend here. Let's put this trend up. There we go. Nice little trend. Here we've pulled back right to the trend indicator. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll say 4 candles. It suggests to me that there are buyers in here opposed to sellers. And if we start to see a breakout of Friday's candle, that's going to make me look at that $80.60 target area, followed by about 62. Okay, How's one. Kind of liking How. Let's take a look here at How. I'm going to draw a line right here on How. You can see the double bottom on How. Now let's go to this candle here, or this crayon. We've got a nice double bottom. You can see the bullish W pattern. You can see right there that we have broken out of that bullish W pattern. Now you can see the trend moving up. We've pulled back for a higher low, popped up for a higher high, and we broke out of this level right there, right here. Now we broke out, and now we're just coming back and doing that testing. Friday we ended up closing just so close to the trend indicator, still showing that the bulls are in the in the candle here. You can see that bullish candle. So we start to see follow through above about 1490. Then that'll indicate that the bulls are still there. That's where I may want to enter this position and I'm looking for 1655, followed by 1850 up here on How. Alrighty, that's the trade ideas. Let's keep an eye. I think, again, one of the most important charts that we need to watch is this FNGU. It did close down a little bit Friday compared to Thursday's candle, but we're still very much in that bull trend right now, and we're still very much in a bullish chart pattern. If this starts to turn negative, if we start to see where price is changing the trend indicator, that would give us maybe a clue we need to look at some shorts. It would also give us a clue maybe we need to back out of some longs and start preparing for getting into some short positions. So we'll be keeping an eye on those shorts through the live trading alert scanner. We'll also be keeping an eye on longs and new buys and managing our watch list and our portfolio with the live trading alerts. All right, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday, and I hope you have a fantastic week in trading. Again, this was Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks. Thank you so much for listening and watching my Monday morning video blog. Everybody take care now.